Welcome to Zebulon Now. I'm your host, Heather Louise Finch, the Director of Communications for the town of Zebulon, and I'm so excited today to be sitting down with Sheila Long, the Director of Parks and Recreation for the town of Zebulon. Sheila, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well, so thank you so much for joining us today. Tell me, you've been here quite a while. When did you come to Zebulon?
I started originally in Zebulon in 2009. So I've had the pleasure of serving as the community center coordinator when the community center first opened. And I did that for about 5 years. I had a short stint with another community and then came back in 2018 as the Parks and Rec director. I just love Zebulon. I'm a boomerang is what I call myself. There's quite a few of us in Zebulon because it's such a great community and town, and there's so much potential. So I love the community and I love serving it.
And you have a great team.
I do.
How many staff do you have?
There's 13 of us.
That's nice. And so also, could you tell me more about Parks and Rec and exactly what does Parks and Recreation do for the town of Zebulon?
Yeah, so our goal is to provide quality spaces for people to enjoy one another, to host community through parks, through different recreation facilities and amenities, and through programming. And our programs include events, fitness, small scale activities like bingo, or even just walking programs. So we just do a variety of different activities. But we also see ourselves as a connector of different things going on in the community.
Right. What I found really cool from your team is that apparently spring registration is one of the highest numbers it's ever been. Is that right?
Absolutely. So we've seen substantial growth from year to year in our athletics, and we've been working really hard to adjust to the growth in our community and how families and children are wanting to engage in athletics. And we've built up a great team in athletics with Chakira and Trey, and we have seen excellent growth in our spring season. And what I find really neat is to watch where we've seen soccer grow for years. And this spring, for the first time, we've seen like really substantial growth in our baseball numbers, specifically in T-ball. So if you want to have a strong baseball program, having strong T-ball numbers really helps. So it's cool to watch how the community is engaging in athletics.
And speaking of baseball, I'm going to segue into the community park expansion. Can you talk to me about that and what that is and the whole process that you went through?
Yeah, so Community Park is the town's largest park. It has served our community really well for many, many years. As our community grows, our needs are changing, and we are seeing opportunities to better utilize the spaces that we have so that we can provide more recreation experiences and more variety. But we also view our parks as, yes, an opportunity to connect community, but it's also an opportunity to be an economic driver. And when we look at what our needs are, we have had such a heavy need in soccer. Baseball is growing. We have tournaments that come in for baseball. We have tournaments that want to come in for soccer. We've got lots of interest in football programming. We just don't have the space to provide something for everyone. And so we started looking at what land we have available and how can we better utilize it, and then what partnerships might be out there. And with Community Park, we worked with the community. We set up at events, and we did surveys, and we just had conversations about what do we want, what do we need. We looked at what are our unmet needs, and we have a plan that was adopted in November by the Board of Commissioners that will bring us 4 soccer fields. We'll also have improvements to our playground and our baseball. We'll add a splash pad one day and a bigger multi-purpose community facility, community garden, dog park, pickleball courts, more walking trails, enhancements to our disc golf course. and bring in an amphitheater, and as well as an additional entrance to the park. So there's a lot of really cool things that are incorporated into that plan, and it's moving. We've been able to get funding for the initial phase. We are thankful to Wake County and the City of Raleigh for their hospitality tax fund and for awarding us $2.159 million towards phase one. And we also are recognizing that baseball is important, and we don't want that to be lost on Community Park because it's a lot of that history. And so the amphitheater will have a dual purpose where it'll be able to support a level of t-ball or softball play while we build a baseball complex at another location.
That is so exciting. Is this probably one of the largest grants that the Parks and Rec's received?
It is definitely the largest grant that the Parks and Rec Department has ever received, and we're really excited.
That is amazing. You should be so proud.
Yeah, it's a community effort.
Exactly.
It took a lot of us to make it happen. We couldn't have done it without the community giving their input on what they wanted. We're not the answer to everything, but our goal is to provide spaces so that others that want to come in and offer these types of programs, such as a soccer initiative or a football initiative or a softball program, that we can help have those spaces to host those experiences in our community.
Can you tell me about the community input process? Because I know that coming in and observing how y'all do that, you're very much engaging with folks, and that's very intentional.
Yeah, so we have been doing community engagement since 2019 on our park system, and it started with our master plan initiative. We held focus groups, stakeholder meetings, we went to events, we had open houses, we went to different community groups, and that initial feedback helped drive as we started to work on some of these park projects like Community Park. And we did another check-in where we recreated that engagement in 2023, I believe it was, to just check in. Are we still going down the right path? We've had a lot of growth. Is the direction we're going in still accurate? And we found that it very much was. And just repeating all the same community engagement. And with our park plan processes, when we talk about what we want in our park system, having our community talk with us and give us feedback. What do they want these amenities to look like? How do they see them using the park system? Which ones are more important than others, so that we know, okay, Community Park, they want a splash pad, or they prefer pickleball, but they don't necessarily think tennis was as important at Community Park. That's good information to have, and we want to make sure we're going to where the people are and not just depending on survey communication. And people don't generally, they will come, but not in great numbers if you just do an open house. So we try to plan the engagement around events. So you'll see us at Candy Cane Lane, you've seen us at Spring Fest, you've seen us at Rock the Block. They're talking with the community, getting their feedback. They can participate in our visual preference boards, but they also can go home and still take the survey, and they can share it out in their communities.
You bring up a great point that has me thinking about also, it's not just Community Park. Can you talk about Gill Street Park and what's happening there?
Yeah, so Gill Street Park is actually one of my favorite parks. It is an amazing gem in our community. And while we've had some challenges that we've had to overcome, we are seeing that it's opened up this wonderful door of great opportunity, that we have this opportunity to expand it. So right now it sits on 1.6 acres. We took a look when we talked about maximizing the space that the town owns in our park spaces. We recognized that we had a little under 6 acres of underutilized property right there on adjacent land that the town already owned. And this property will actually border Zebulon Middle School and East Oak Academy. And it'll give us a lot more room to be able to better serve that community and provide current needed recreation spaces. So we worked with the community and we evaluated what we could do there, and we're really excited to have adopted a new park plan. Also happened in November. We have some funds secured to get started on designs, and we're moving forward with that. So the park plan includes a multi-purpose sport court, playground, picnic shelter, and a small community building, disc golf trail, and walking connections to the middle school and Eastwick Academy.
Yeah, those school partnerships are very important.
Absolutely. I think it's a great way to maximize tax dollars and to reach kids where they are, and that's really important.
So you talk about partnerships, you talk about the schools being very important and a part of that. And recently, regarding partnerships, I was really impressed at the groundbreaking of Little River Park. So when I was a little girl, my mom would take me out there for birthday parties. And so I'm just so excited to see, having been able to see the plans that's going to take place there. That's going to be a game changer for recreational space, outdoor space in Zebulon for everybody. Can you talk about that more?
Yes, so Little River Park, another amazing gem for our community. I cannot wait for people to see phase 1 done. It will completely open up spaces back to underutilized area that the town owned. We are activating, it was about 8 acres of, a couple years ago, it was just kudzu. And so it's just an invasive plant species just took over back there. And we've been working to get that cleaned out. And the walking trails and the learning spaces and the pollinator gardens and just the connection with nature. The views of the river are going to be spectacular. It's from the walking trails and just from the meadow area. I cannot wait for the community to be able to enjoy it. We're seeing it as it's constructing, and the opportunities that will come with the development of this park for Zebulon are exciting. We have already engaged with some partners over the last couple of years to do environmental education. That will continue to grow. There are spaces for us to have outdoor classrooms, for us to continue to host those programs and expand on it. We also recognize that if you take a look at greenway plans, open space plans, connectivity plans in the county, one day you'll see a greenway that will connect Little River Park to Rollsville, to Nightdale, to Wake Forest, and it'll look at that corridor along where Little River is currently. And we see Little River Park as being a trail hub of that connector that will connect Zebulon to these other communities in Eastern Wake and beyond. And so we're really excited for when that will happen, but it's baby steps, nothing's a light switch. So this is a great first step in that direction of connecting people and communities, but also connecting with nature.
And what I also love about that, playing into the connectivity part and the nature, is it really ties into the live, work, play. So we have a lot of developments, and if you need to get that walk in the woods, see the butterflies, see the trees, and just have that sense of calmness, you have that ability to do that literally in your backyard. So it's not that many communities have woods and land use permissions. Like, that's typically private property for landowners. So I think that's great that it gives people that ability to appreciate nature and to learn about it as well. Recently, we rode around for new town manager, and you showed us all of the potential greenway connectivity points within Zebulon. I was blown away. I had no idea. That is so cool. Can you talk about that and the vision for that?
Absolutely. So the town does have a greenway bicycle and pedestrian plan that looks at alternative transportation modes, that everything doesn't have to be by car. And but greenways also serve as a linear park. So it's not just to be a mode of transportation, but it's space where people go to kind of connect with nature, to get their exercise, have some opportunity to reconnect and find peace. And we have been working at this for quite some time. So the Greenway Plan was adopted in 2015, and a lot of our Greenway has actually been built by developers. And as these new communities come in, they're building stretches of that. So eventually you'll have much larger Greenway connections. It just takes time for it to all come together. The town will have to come in and build some connections here and there, but it's not anywhere near the amount that we would have if we didn't have these partnerships with developers and if we didn't have these plans in place. So those plans are very important, and those relationships with developers are important to make sure that these pieces of infrastructure are there. And I view parks and greenways as part of our infrastructure. And so that's exciting to see it come together. We currently have 2.25 miles of greenway, and there's another just over a mile under construction, and there's more than 2 miles that have already been approved that will be built by developers in addition to what we've already got. It's not under construction yet. And our Parks and Rec Master Plan, because I said we view greenways as linear parks too, it focuses on a couple connections of the greenway that prioritize connecting destinations, and specifically in our park system too. And we call them the Beaver Dam Creek Greenway, the Downtown Connector, and then there's the Green Spine. And the Green Spine makes me laugh every time we talk about it, but I love it because it'll take you from Little River Park all the way to Five County Stadium, and it'll come through downtown as well. So it just connects a lot of really exciting pieces.
Did you say it would be about 21 miles altogether?
So the Greenway Bicycle and Pedestrian Plan, if I recall correctly, recognizes over 21 miles of trail.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Also, one thing that most folks don't know about Parks and Rec is that a lot of our signature events come through Parks and Rec, because y'all have the bandwidth to be able to put these events on. So can you talk about some of our signature events?
Yeah, so Spring Fest is coming up very soon. So that's our big spring event, and we bring the community together. It's grown over the years. It's an event that started many years ago, very small as an Arts in the Park at Whitley Park, and then it's grown and moved to different destinations to what it's now, a Spring Fest. And so we celebrate music and art, and we really like to engage our students, and we have an art contest. We have youth performances, and we also have food trucks and craft vendors, and a lot of our nonprofits come out and do activities for our kids. So it's just a great time to connect community and for people to really highlight what Zebulon is and highlight our youth, which is really important. Candy Cane Lane is very similar to Spring Fest, but a lot bigger, and just so much fun. It's like its own Hallmark movie when you come out, and you have the tree lighting and the kids caroling, and just people really getting excited for the holiday season. So it's a lot of the same stuff. We don't have the youth art contest, but we have so many other things going on with Candy Cane Lane that the kids are being showcased and performing. That it's really exciting. We also do Rock the Block, so that's downtown. We do that one Friday each month, August, September, and October. And that one's a nice, fun concert series where we'll also have food trucks and some craft vendors come out. A lot of our downtown businesses engage. And honestly, with all of our events downtown, our downtown businesses really come out and enjoy meeting the community and just taking in that event as well. Thank you for taking the time to listen to more about Parks and Rec, and I hope if you see us out in the community, you'll stop and talk with us, tell us what excites you about Parks and Rec and what you're interested in. And if you want to register for any of our programs or sports, or you want to get involved with our events, we hope that you'll visit our website, townofzebulon.org, where you can find out more information and you can get registered to join us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. See you later.